all of you. Evil dies tonight!
Evil dies tonight!
Evil dies tonight! All right, cut the bullshit!
Hello everyone, today I wanted to do something a bit different with this video. It's more criticism, you can say. Constructive criticism, I would say, about the state of the horror genre lately. And I pretty much got this inspiration from the recent trailer of everyone's favorite non-killable movie franchise, Halloween Ends. Now basically, before my bitching, I just want to start and say how much of a horror fan I am. You know, the genre has pretty much molded what I am as a person today. You know, my inspiration from drawing, writing, collecting items, music, reading, and games. You know, this genre is one of my favorites. It scared me as a child, and I love it as an adult. But horror in the recent years has been, well, pretty much shit. And I think the Halloween Ends trailer and the previous two movies is a prime example of horror gone bad for the modern era. And don't get me wrong, some modern... I don't want to even say modern because I still generally do like a lot of horror movies that are released now. Like Hereditary, Color Out of Space, The Lighthouse, Mama, you know, stuff like that. Even the first two Conjuring movies, you know, I still enjoy a lot of horror today. It's just that on an overall scale, it has backpedaled from what it used to be. So we'll get right into it. The Halloween Ends trailer, why current horror movies suck. And this is from a fan perspective. So if you guys do enjoy this, make sure you like and sub. I'll much appreciate it. And we'll get right into it. Halloween Ends. Their saga ends. So the trailer starts with a bit of nostalgia bait for people who were alive at the time or have seen the 78 movie. It is the classic POV tracking shot. You know, it's classic, it's nostalgic, but it's the exact same shot, basically, from the first movie when Michael kills his younger sister, or older sister, sorry. But as he walks up to the steps and opens the door in this trailer, it's basically Laurie holding the gun towards Michael, so it's kind of reversing the roles once again. It is a cool idea to twist that situation. I would have really liked it, but you guys done it with the 2018 movie. Like, you guys done the same shit. Repeating that situation again and again loses its original impact it had in that movie. And I really am kind of 50-50 with the 2018 movie. I enjoyed it for what it is, but I think it should have been a one and done. But the movie itself still had some problems. So Laurie is holding a gun, and if we learn anything from this soulless franchise is a gun won't actually kill Michael. So again, the tension in this movie is useless, and this scene is pretty much useless because we know what's the outcome. And also with this particular scene, I find it funny that we better get ready and prepared for all those YouTubers pointing out the Easter eggs in this first scene of this trailer. Because he's pretty much one. For you guys that didn't see it, Laurie's wearing the exact same clothes she did as the original. And I think it's funny that that's how they think they can portray that they care about this franchise, is just giving as much Easter eggs as possible. So well done to the writing team for that, I guess. So now after that we get a couple of montage shots of people screaming, which is fine, I guess. And then we get some more flashbacks of 2018 and the 2021 movie. Fine. Although they overdone it with flashbacks in that last movie way too much, so I would like if they'd tone it down for this movie and not give us flashbacks. But then also, this is the strangest part here, we get flashbacks from the other movies that you guys retconned. What? You have intentionally told us that the sequels after the first 78 movie don't exist in canon, but you're trying to bait the nostalgia from the other sequels and put it in this trailer. It's proven the point that Michael Myers isn't as iconic as a character from the first standalone movie. You know, their saga ends is what the trailer says, but in previous dialogue, it's clearly said that Laurie and Michael aren't connected in any way. You know, their saga doesn't end if you've retconned the other movies. And even in Halloween Kills, they retconned the impact that Michael and Laurie had in the 2018 movie. Because they said, the doctor said that Michael had a motive towards Laurie. And everyone universally agreed with that point in the 2018 movie. And then in Halloween Kills, there's that hospital scene where they say she's not impactful. And like I said, their saga doesn't exist if you've retconned the other movies. Now, I'm not saying the other movies are any good. My initial opinion would always be the first two are the best. But the overall relationship of Laurie and Michael was stronger in the old sequels. And I think it's really bad on their behalf to erase the old sequels and then use the template of those sequels into this new canon. It doesn't work, and you can't really do that. I was pretty much hoping for a retelling of the Halloween story, something unique and original. I thought we were going to get more of an intelligent psychopath played by Michael Myers. And they did allude in the 2018 movie that Michael speaks. He has a motive and some weird fantasization with Laurie. And they basically shit on that with the very next movie. Like I said, they screwed up that continuity problem. And they disconnected the impact and the motive to just make him this beastly creature, which again, they haven't explained enough in this.
The boogeyman is at large. He's got no choice but to emerge. He is an apex predator when he surfaces.
But I see there's no impact in this story anymore. Michael Myers isn't a force of nature if they're only counting the first 78 movie canon, because he killed 4 or 5 people in the first movie. He got locked up and never done anything until the 2018 remake. I mean, how's he a force of nature at that point? He's not an apex killer like they kept spewing in Halloween Kills. It just, again, it doesn't work. And also at this point, how hasn't Michael's mask not decayed at all after all these years? I mean, yes, it has a little bit of weathering here, but it was more the actual burn from the 2018 movie that really wrecked that mask. I mean, has anyone in the production crew actually seen the original prop mask? His mask pretty much has better plot armor than him at this point. I mean, I'll throw a picture now. I mean, look at it. You know, look at that. I mean, I call bullshit at this point. And also, speaking of the mask itself, if you're going to retcon the original sequels, you also have to retcon the importance of the mask itself. It wasn't important or iconic in the first movie, and it shouldn't be iconic now. Especially to the point where the people of Haddonfield, like, readily know it. Why would the people of Haddonfield know Michael once wore a mask? Specifically 40 years ago. Because if you're going to say that, Child Michaels wore a clown mask once as well, and why isn't that mask as iconic in this new canon? So anyway, after that we get some flashbacks, and then we get the fight of a lifetime, I assume so, and it's pretty much spoiled. All the tension is now gone because you've shown us the end result of this fight in the trailer itself. They should have cut the scene as soon as Laurie's hand was going into and towards the sink. Not show Laurie, you know, headbutt and stab Michael in the hand. But the problem with this franchise is we know brute force isn't even effective. So many of these shit movies have showed us that Michael won't die from physical force. It was shown even in the last movie, a group of physically fit firefighters couldn't do anything and got absolutely wrecked. Mind you, in a very lackluster fight scene that was hyped by the marketing campaign. Also, in the same movie, the whole mob of townspeople, the Haddonfield people, that were throwing tag team combos couldn't even stop Michael. So how is an elderly Laurie going to do anything worthwhile? And the thing is, a lot of people are giving this trailer praise because it shows us nothing. But I think they did show us something. They showed us that they have nothing to add to this story. But anyways, horror movies used to be ballsy, have style and great stories. Some still do, but it's a goldmine to find them. And when we finally have something competent, people complain that they're slow and there's not enough action and kills. And horror shouldn't be just that. And you know, don't just take it from me, you know, take it from horror writers throughout the generations, you know, like Stephen King, for example.
All of these things, and what all this genre fiction does, mysteries, is they make the writer or the filmmaker tell a real story, you know, and I think in a lot of ways you just gravitate toward that idea of story. You want to tell tales. You can't tell a story. I mean, you can't scare anybody unless there's a story and characters for them to be involved in.
Yeah.
Scares don't exist in a vacuum.
All I can say is you're ignorant if you think Halloween Ends is the end. It's not the end. Halloween will truly end when the box office money ends. So that's pretty much it for this video today. Again, this is more constructive criticism, so don't take it too harshly if you genuinely like this new reboot of the Halloween movies. Again, I'm so harsh on it because I'm such a massive fan of horror, and I want to see horror prosper and be good and not just be mediocre. So if you guys did enjoy this, make sure you like and sub, and I'll see you in the next one.